And Victor, this morning you were asked to speak, give a presentation. You did a PowerPoint presentation to the Greater McAllen Association of Realtors. What were the key points you wanted to get across to them?
Well, one of the things that I wanted to get across to that group of realtors is that, everything that's happening for the leadership that we have and really everything is coming through this Pharr-Reynosa International Bridge. For example, I did mention about the bridge, the new bridge coming, the new expansion, 4 new lanes, and that's driving, people to come over, and that's an added value to us when we go into Mexico, or go outside the state, right? That we talk about, for them to come and invest here and the city of Pharr. And so that's a big added value when we talk to them, tell them, look, you want to trade your goods, the export, import, we have a new bridge coming, you're going to cut down the time and your goods being, waiting in line. And so it's important about the bridge. I also mentioned, the companies that are coming in, all the development that we have coming in. We have a company, Master Brand, which I can mention now. They're building a warehouse for 1 million square feet. We have 2-3 other projects like that right now in talks. And so, again, it's the growth is here. It's coming. We need to be prepared. Not only that, but also the workforce. We're already, got together with STC and, of course, PSJISD and, of course, UTRGV to start, planning to how we're going to train the workforce, that's coming, right? Whether it's industrial, manufacturing, any other, industry that we are enticing for them to come over to Pharr. And so that's a huge thing we need to workforce, right? Another one is, we have the land. We have, landowners. We had a good relationship. We also met with, this developers. They got to need water and electricity. So we already met with Magic Valley. We already met with, EAP. And so we met with, Military Water Supply, which is a provider east from where we're at right now. So we're planning, we're getting ready. And so somebody might have said, sir, it's a tsunami coming. I said, well, it is. And so just the communications that we've been having with companies, we have a company that hopefully they land here. They do semiconductors, they do, chips, they do a little bit of light manufacturing. So it's exciting to be meeting with these people, these companies, and to think that, they're considering the city of Pharr to come and open up their manufacturing companies and their companies in general. So
one of the headline points that I felt you made in that presentation is when you talked about this 1 million square foot facility. You're saying that is majestic. Do you know what they're going to be doing in there? What's the time frame?
Right. So actually, they already started construction about 3 months ago. And so they're going to be leasing, and I don't think they're going to sell right now, but I know that they're going to be leasing warehouse space. When you have a company, they do their research, they do their due diligence, and when they come and build that type of warehousing, they already know. And for example, Master Brand. So after Master Brand, there's another company that we've been talking with them that's going to do also another 1 million square feet of warehousing. And then we have another one that's going to be about 800,000 square feet. So all this is starting to, and once you build them, they'll come, right? But it's something that, the region itself, the city of Pharr, the bridge, when you put everything together and the package and everything that we're involved with, for example, that event with the realtors, we want to make sure that we share information, that make them aware that, look, if you find anybody who wants to invest, you can turn them over, or vice versa. So it's important that we communicate, that we have partnerships, and that we establish relationships to make sure, because we can't do it alone. I've said it before. We need everyone. We need everyone to work together and become a team and help each other out, because what we do when we're out traveling in Mexico, it doesn't just, all slowly come to the city of Pharr. It also goes to the rest of the region.
And so a moment ago, you mentioned the word tsunami. You think it's that big a deal, that
yes.
forceful?
Yes. So we have, right now, I can say 5 to 7 new industrial parks. And so with that, plus these are the companies that are looking to come in with the light manufacturing. So it is very important. It is very exciting, right? We just got to make sure that, and we say it because, we're talking about it, and some of these deals take. I said it earlier, and I think Raudel said it earlier today. Some of these deals will take 3 years, 5 years to really come into fruition, right? But it's just having them interest, they're having their interest here in the city of Pharr. It just goes a long way. They're looking at us now, where before we weren't even considered an area to come and invest.
And on the retail side, you mentioned that there are shoppers in Monterrey that tell you they're fed up having to drive all the way to San Antonio to visit a certain store. I know now we can mention that certain store. It's public now. Right. Tell us how exciting the project that is.
Well, we got several small business restaurants coming in, which is something that we lacked here in Pharr, and we've been working very diligently. And so I think we're going to see some restaurants. You're going to see some more commercial retail coming in Pharr, especially on the north side. But, IKEA, and we had been working with IKEA. We had been talking to them 3-4 years ago. They would tell us, we're not going to open any stores in the U.S. We're not going to do anything down there in the valley. And so I reached out to one of our developers and asked him, hey, let's work together and bring something, and bring him here, right? And so we did. And we went to visit. We just came back from some travels in Cuernavaca and Zacatecas, and we met some people that actually go all the way to San Antonio, IKEA, to go buy all their goods and so forth. I said, great, we don't have to go to San Antonio now. We can just cross the border to Pharr, and we'll get shorter, ride, and of course, be able to come back and bring our goods back home. So,
another aspect of your presentation today, one that we've covered a lot, and so I'm always interested to do updates on that. And that you explained how, before even COVID came along, you were working with the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas, you were working with the PSJA school district, and you had this pilot program to give high-speed internet, very fast broadband to the south side of Pharr, and look where all that went. As soon as COVID came in, the need for high-speed in the homes, for telemedicine, for education, for kids doing their homework, you were ahead of the game, and you wanted to speak about that to the realtors.
Right. It's again, Dr. Mayor Hernandez, and back then, we talked about that. We partnered up with the Federal Reserve Bank, and of course PSISD and the City of Pharr, and so we came up with the pilot program. I think we serviced about 13, 14 families from South Pharr, and because while I was on the board, I had heard that we're gonna not be doing out any textbooks. They were going to be all online classes. So we started thinking, hey, wait a minute, we need to start doing something. And our area in South Florida was the one that, the less unfortunate, right, to have those services. So we did that pilot program, and not knowing that a couple of years later, here comes COVID. And after COVID, everybody started going online there. And so we were kind of already ahead of the game. We were already prepared. We were thinking about, purchasing laptops and coming up with a grant, coming up with some programs to provide our students in Pharr with laptops and so forth. And when, COVID hit, well, guess what? We just, everybody went, online, and it was, really, really an experience, right? But afterwards, we talked about it, and because of that, the mayor and myself and other people here, that we started talking about the fiber. And what can we do now? Not just South Pharr now. We wanted the whole city of Pharr to have access to internet service. And this is where we started with the broadband project, a $55 million project that the EDC funded and is funded right now. And it's going great. I mean, we're hooking up a lot of those businesses and, of course, the residential areas. But it's something that we talked about it and we did, right? And we got recognized for that project with TEDC, which I'm very proud. We just came back from Dallas a few weeks ago. And on that note, IEDC just sent me congratulations. We also got gotten recognized in Detroit, Michigan, for the IEDC award on our incubator, our hub, our Pharr Global Business Hub. So, these are things that we're doing here, that we're thinking outside the box, that we got to think in the future. We got to think, what else do we need besides economic development and bringing, companies. And it's just got to be also some service for our students and our community members.
I was going to ask, the next question was going to be about the hub, but before we get there, you had in your presentation on the internet, the broadband, the high-speed fiber, you had a statistic up there as to how many new residential and business folks are signing up. The numbers are very good.
Right. I don't have those numbers with me, but I know that I met with Sarah DeSaro, and they shared that with me. Edna DeSaro, and shared some numbers with, of course, Mr. Peña, the IT director, and we're picking up. The steam is rolling, right? And so I would say maybe 65, 70% of the whole population in the city of Pharr. And so, again, we're saving a lot of the businesses, a lot of residentials, our community members. We're saving a lot of money, us providing our fiber through the city of Pharr.
So providing that high-speed internet, is that an economic development tool for you? Does that help you bring businesses to Pharr that need the fastest speeds available? Have you noticed that that's a boon for you?
Oh, yes. Even the ones that we have right now presently, they're already connected to us, and they're saving money, let me tell you. And so new ones, that's part of our introduction. That's part of our selling point, as you say. If when you mention that, and they go back, because they're not just thinking about their companies, they're also thinking if they moved their families over here, well, their households are going to have this type of internet service. So, oh yeah, it's a big plus. It's an added value to our presentation when we go out there. And that people are interested because, again, everything now being done through computers and laptops. And so, yeah.
My last question was going to be the Pharr Global Business Hub. It hasn't been open a year yet, but the feedback you're getting, the interest, you've got businesses and associations in Mexico that are signing up and utilizing that facility as their base here in the United States. Tell us about where that idea came from, your work with UTRGV, partnering with them, and going forward, how important will that hub be?
Yeah, and so it's being very important right now, very effective right now. So what happened is, years back, I had several mayors from Mexico come in, different municipalities, and we talked about what we offered, what the city of Pharr offered, and before they left, they mentioned to me, look, we have several investors back home. They have money that want to invest in the United States, but we don't know who to talk to, we don't know who to go to, and so and that kind of stayed in my mind. A month later, another group of mayors show up, and the same thing. We have coffee, we talk, we show them our office and talk about, what we offer. And then the same thing before I left, they told me the same thing. So I said to myself after they left, I said, look, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it, and there's no place they have to go to San Antonio or Dallas, the close office from Small Business Administration. I said, why? So why don't we just create something here? And then here we can, direct them and help them with everything that they need, all the questions being answered here locally. So I decided, and I called Linda Liffan from the UTRGV, and I told her, Linda, I want to do this. What do you think? You want to, ask if you can partner up with us? And sure enough, we did. And from right now, we've been so, effective. We had several people. Matter of fact, I walked into the incubator the other day at the hub, and the lady that's running our hub there said, you know what, Mr. I don't know what you're doing, but we're getting calls. We're getting people calling and wanting to know more about the global hub, business hub. So, yeah, it's coming. We just traveled to Mexico, and when you mentioned that they have a place to come, they get excited because they come and where are they going to go? But now they have a hub. They have a place, a center where they can come in, ask questions. We have the university staff there to answer any questions, and of course the EDC staff too as well. So they feel very comfortable now and everything's gonna be legit, right? Because they asked the other day that they, for example, one of the business owners that already had started their business, they were kind of misdirected, and so they were like, "Well, with you guys, we know we're not gonna be misdirected. You have the university, and we have you." The city of Pharr, the Pharr EDC. So it really helps, them to feel more confident and come and invest in here with us.
Those are all the questions I had, Victor. Is there anything I've missed out? Anything else you want to add? Maybe you can tell us about future trade missions you're going to or any other projects you're working on.
Yeah, we have some more travels to do here in the U.S. side and also in Mexico. And again, we're promoting the city of Pharr, our incubator, our bridge. We're promoting economic development. And again, it's just not the city of Pharr, but we do show the whole region, right? We share with them that where are we and what a gold mine that we have here. So, it's very important that they understand and know what do we offer. And the workforce we have, a very young workforce, which we mention all the time, 28 to 32 years old. That's pretty young workforce. We just need to get them, trained, right? And this is why we partner up with STC and UTRGV, and we're going to get it done. So excited about what's coming.
Thank you so much, Victor. Always learn a lot when we catch up with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.